Welcome back to Live at 5. We will now be joined by Chris Jones from Edward Jones. How you doing, Chris?
Just fine, Alan. Thank you very much.
Good. We love having you guys on from Edward Jones every week, but we're always talking about the long game and all this planning for retirement. I think today we finally get the payoff, don't we? The fun things we get to do in retirement.
Yeah, we need to look beyond our original goals of planning for retirement. And as retirement gets closer, people need to start focusing on what they're going to be doing to stay active. Recently, there was a survey that was taken, and it showed that 31% of new retirees that have been retired for less than 5 years, they struggle to find purpose in their retirement. So I think it is something people should be thinking about.
It's easy to get a little lost once you go to a job for 8 to 10 hours every day for so many years, and then you don't have to go, and then what? And especially if you haven't figured out what is fun, and if you've planned it right financially, it really opens up some new doors to you, doesn't it?
It really does. You hit the nail right on the head. If you plan properly for financial retirement, if you plan well enough, you should have a lot of options to choose from. I think the first thing people should do as they approach retirement, or even those who have recently retired, it's probably time to inventory some things in your life that are important. One would be, what do you find that's the most important thing to you now? What do you value in life? What would you like to do that you haven't done before? In other words, now we're talking about the bucket list here. So probably good to get some ideas and discuss it and see if you can find more relevance in your life.
More than a financial coach today, you're almost a life counselor, it sounds like.
Well, we cover a lot of areas with people that want information on things, but I think people just need to realize that the more money they put away for retirement, the more options they can have. And this could include things like, just because you retire from your career doesn't mean you still can't work part-time or do something like consulting. There's also volunteer work you could do for your church or other organizations that you support locally. There's hobbies that you could continue on, or you could start a new hobby. And there's always, maybe I should take a class to learn how to cook out at college, so a cooking class, or just classes in general to further your education. I think all those could help improve the quality and a better balance to have in your retirement years.
I think it's a lot of things that maybe a lot of folks maybe had never even thought of before. And so they'll come in that first time and meet with you after retirement, and it sounds like a whole different kind of conversation than they've had with you the past 20, 30, 40 years.
It is a lot different. That's why it's probably wise to incorporate their long-term goals while you're talking to them before they retire, so they can at least have some ideas to be thinking about. And again, the better you prepare for retirement, the more options and the more autonomy and flexibility you'll have. But if you don't think about them or plan for them, then you're going to be kind of wondering, scratching your head, where do I go from here? So you should have a game plan to get you to retirement, and then you should have another game plan to get you through retirement.
All right. Well, Chris Jones from Edward Jones, how can folks reach you to talk to you more about this?
Thank you, Alan. I can be reached at 1005 West St. Martin's Drive here in St. Joe, but we have many locations to serve the people of the community in the surrounding areas. So if anybody needs help, I'd be more than happy to talk to them about planning for retirement or to help them in their post-retirement years.
You got it. Chris Jones from Edward Jones, thanks again for the weekly visit we get from Edward Jones. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Alan.
All right. Thanks for being with us, Chris, and thank you as well. We will return with more Live at 5 after this.